Hello ravers! Welcome to the Electric DM10, a mini-series for the DJs and producers that have carried their names for at least a decade and more. During the time of this recording and posting, the project being covered is still in the professional EDM scene, creating bangers, touring/performing, or both. As the world of electronic music has countless DJs and producers, many qualify for the 10-plus year streak series. Being in the EDM industry for this amount of time is no easy task, let alone in the professional environment. With that said, this series of videos will briefly cover the projects, the members, and tours/travels. Most importantly, the music that got these projects the impactful recognition for listeners and fans of the thousands, millions, and in some cases, billions. For a project to qualify in this series, the following must be met. First, 10 years plus of the project name being active. In the case, the name itself cannot change to a completely different name. Second, at least one main headlining tour or support tour of the project's time. And third, must have a minimum of 3 EPs, 1 album, and or several songs/remixes published. A special note, the project name can have a record of taking a break from the scene due to health/unfortunate circumstances, as long as the creator of the project does not confirm the end of such said project name in less than 10 years. For the second episode of the Electric DM series, we will be covering someone that once hearing the name, you might end up thinking of Chewbacca. He goes by the name of Wuki. No, not that type of Wuki. I'm talking about Chris Barman, also known as Wuki in the EDM scene. Wuki was created by Chris in mid-2011, but before diving into the start of the Wuki project, let's do a fast dive into his early sounds before he stepped into the EDM world. Chris, at the very young teen years, started playing instruments, mainly the guitar, then discovered FL Studio a couple of years later. Once he was into adulthood and training, for my case that's 18 to 21 years old, a comrade being a fan of his home city of New Jersey started an electric rock band, and he dropped out of school entirely to chase that rocker band experience. This band was called Inner Party System, which lasted for more than 4 years. After a big run through many gigs and so much experience, the band dispersed in 2011. He ended up explaining this within an email with his own words to the supporters. Since he played the guitar, he enjoyed punk rock and alternative music. This changed for Chris the moment his ears were exposed to the Prodigy's Smack My Bitch Up, and when he decided to move into the state of Colorado, his electronic music journey as a DJ and performer and producer began. Now for the start of Wuki. Some of his first opportunities in making his name become recognized was performing for radio shows. Also is one of the best recognized DJs and producers for a party squad called Brownies and Lemonade, which is resonated here in Los Angeles, California, having a reputation with them for several years alongside other producers and DJs like Alice in Wonderland, San Holo, Louis the Child, and others. He was even featured in the Brownies and Lemonade 10 for 10, as you can see on the image right now. He has and still performs in small to medium-sized clubs to festivals such as Beyond Wonderland, Ultra Music Festival, and Escape, alongside performing in other continents too. Wuki has been well recognized since his worldwide debut of his Kingpin remix originated by RL Grime and Big Sean. Mainly known for his trap, a little bit of dubstep, and house music, he is also versatile with the decks at times. He was even nominated for Best Remix at the 62nd Grammy Awards. The song that got him nominated was a remix of Mother's Daughter. No, really, that's the literal name of the song. The original singer and person responsible for the song was by none other than Miley Cyrus. Fun fact, Wuki has done fun events like a bus rave drive for fans to and back certain cities. Just look at this post right here. Even had one of his songs on former US President Barack Obama's music list a couple of years ago. And believe me when I say this, I tried to hunt this list down for hours, and for some unknown behold reason, I just couldn't find it. But I remember seeing his name on one of his lists years ago. Right after New Year's Day of 2020, Wuki headlined his proper tour alongside his partner in crime, Nitty Gritty. The two made it through around 90% of the tour before the invisible threat halted the entire world. Now fast forward to 10 years, 10 plus years as a matter of fact. Well, not really much for the mark of what's been going on. Just him still doing his thing as he enjoys making special edits, performing, and so much more. Other than that, his biggest solo tour as of mid-2023, which at the time of recording and posting of this video is practically over. Oh, and on his Insta, he has a lot of posts with beats he can't release, and he has over 100 of them. Within Wuki's works, he is known to make several songs on his own, but he is also known just as equally with his collaborations. Many of the collaborators that he has worked with include the following: Lee Foss, Nitty Gritty, now known as Needy, Good Times Ahead, Wax Motive, Shaq, also known as DJ Diesel, and many more. Speaking of Good Times Ahead, I'm going to be putting a little bit of info with the GTA since I just thought of this right now. So if we're taking a look at the SoundCloud and Spotify numbers, according to July 2023, Good Times Ahead currently has over 2.2 million monthly listeners, while Wuki has over 2.7 million monthly listeners on Spotify. However, going into SoundCloud for Good Times Ahead, these guys have over 300,000 followers, and for Wuki, he has 100,000+ followers. Now, taking a look into the discography, according to his works within Spotify and SoundCloud, he apparently has one EP that was released in 2020 called Rochambeau, and his first official album called Wuki World in 2021. But along with this, he has songs that are under his name, and here are some of the songs that I would recommend: Chop It, Sweat, Shut Up, and many more. Along with this, he also has released many remixes, including the following that I recommend: Deep Down Low, Frontlines, and In the Sticks, along with others. Although he has released his works on numerous labels, including Ausla, Madison, and more, many have come to recognize his various remixes and also a plethora of fun edits that Wuki posts exclusively on his personal record label on SoundCloud, which this is none other than WukiLeaks, a place to release fun edits and bootlegs, also unofficial remixes for himself and other producer friends to use. Some of these fun edits will be the following: We Like to Fuck That Shit, which is one of his signature mashups and edits that he has done, and so many other DJs and producers have wanted to take in on this once they heard this iconic Vanga Boys beat along with Fuck That Shit. Another signature edit / remix that he has done would be, of course, his edit. So many edits, VIPs, bootlegs of these type of versions with his song have been released. Even a holiday VIP, which I'll let you hear a little bit right now. The majority of them are free, which is awesome. Keep in mind, for anyone that is interested in these edits, many of them are available on his Bandcamp page, SoundCloud account, and other ways to get them, like messaging him on his Insta page and typing a specific code word. Talking about his Instagram page, this is his page as of 2023. And as you were seeing the video recording within this video, I just hope that YouTube doesn't flag me down or Wuki comes at me with a bowcaster. Well, with this, that concludes the second episode of the Electric DM10. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching my EDM shenanigans. Feel free to hit that like, spin that sub, OTT notifications, and so on, for I am in the works of returning and thankfully being back, learning a little bit more about Ableton, and wanting to start on other creative topics for my name. Thanks, ravers. Lastly, keep listening, stay safe, and rave on.